everybody is doing well, staying safe, healthy, and sane. Anyway, I am so glad you decided to join me today because I've got some really fun goodies to go over. I have a huge art supply haul. We're going to get into that in just a second. But first, I want to talk about where I got most of these supplies. I'm going to say 95% of the things I'm going to show you today I got from a very cute little art supply store here in the Kansas City area called Cold Snow Creative. I'm going to have their information linked down below. If you're in our area, check them out. They've got 2 locations in town. So there's one in Westport, one in Overland Park. So wherever you're at in Kansas City, if you're looking for a new art supply place, I would suggest checking them out. All right, so we're going to start off with something that I did not get from that little art supply store. And this came from Bass Pro Shops. I got it. This is a little like tackle boxy thing to put your lures and stuff in. But I got it because I thought the design on it, the plastic was really pretty. But I got this. See all these little compartments here. I got this to store some stick pastels in. And I'm going to be going over this later. But I thought this was a cute little box. I don't have a lot of stick pastels, so this is going to be big enough for what I have. So there's that. All right, so this item I did get from Creative Cold Snow. I picked this up today when I went to pick up my online order, but this is Dura-lar. I got this for alcohol inks. Dura-lar is like a plastic sheet, which is a good substitute for Yupo paper. And I got the big boy here, the 14 by 17 inch, because I can cut this down. If I decide to do a very large painting, here I go. But in most cases, I'm going to be cutting this down smaller. And I wanted to show you, I got the kind that's, it's white, but you can still kind of see through it. I did this on purpose because if I put this, when I mat this and I put it on a white background, you're not going to be able to tell that you could see through it. But I could also do something like create some dimension behind it if I wanted to put a different color behind it, or even layer these up to kind of give a 3D effect maybe. So yeah, there was a purpose for that, and I will be showing that in the future if it works out. If it turns out crappy, then you're probably not going to see a video on it. But anyway, yeah, that's what the Dura-lar looks like, so I'm excited to play around with this. So a lot of this video is going to be about pastels. And a few months ago, I decided to make the dive into pan pastels, which was almost a mistake because now I'm crazy about them. Anyway, I used to have pastels. I have a few pastel sticks. I just wasn't crazy about the medium. I mean, it was okay. Just nothing spectacular in my book until I got these pan pastels. And I can create a whole painting almost with just pan pastels. And I'm gonna give you a little picture here. And then this last one here of the birch trees. There's a lot of detail on the birch trees themselves. Well, what I did is I took a little thin blender, and you actually can dip the blender into a pan pastel, which was black for the birch trees here. And you can apply it in a detailed fashion. So you can get pretty detailed with pan pastels if you're just willing to work like that. But now I must admit, some of the things like little pieces of grass, if you're doing fur, something very intricate and detailed that you need a precise line, you're going to need probably a pastel pencil for. And I do have some of those in this art supply haul. But I'm going to say 90 to 95% of my pastel paintings are done with just these pan pastels. I really like them. So first I'm going to show you what I already have. Here are my neutrals. And then I keep them in these little trays here. As you can see, there's lots of holes. Lots of holes. And here's my other one. Lots of holes, so the colors I got are mainly to fill the gaps in. The collection I have is actually enough to do whatever I need to do, because you can blend these. You can blend them on another piece of paper, or you can blend them on your paper. You can do a blending technique on your applicators. You can do a lot with these. So as long as you have a good set of neutrals, and then for the colors, I think, let me not get the glare on you. But if you have, these are the base shades here. So each color has 4 tones. You have this is actually permanent green. So here's the actual pigment, permanent green. They add white to it and they call them tints. So this is a permanent green tint. And then they add a little bit of black to it. So this is a shade. So this would be the green shade. And they add even more black to it, and that's called the extra dark. So this would be the green extra dark. The extra darks are really good for shadows. The tints are good for highlights. Now, I would suggest if you're going to get into pan pastels that you get a few of the just plain color pigments, and then you get a extra dark and perhaps a tint. Because I think when you add just plain white and black to some of these colors, it gets a little muddy and it doesn't look as crisp. So I would go like, this is the burnt, what we got here? Burnt Sienna. Right here, this is the color. I would get the tint and then the extra dark, and then you can kind of mix in between there. I'm sorry, I'm glaring you. You can mix in between there with these two, whatever you want. But you don't have to get the extra dark and the tint for everything. I would just say the ones that are really important, like the purple ones, I use a lot for dark shadows. So I think that's important to get the extra dark. The tints, the yellow ochre tint, I thought that was an important one to get a lighter color of. So yeah, that's a little rundown of how pan pastels work. But really, if you didn't want to get anything but just the straight pigments, a white and a black and some other grays, you're going to be fine because you can mix it. It looks fine if you add white to the color. It lightens it just fine. So you can do a total painting with just a few colors. You're good to go. But of course, I would like to get the whole set. Okay guys, I'm going to actually flip a bitch here and get a better picture so you can see more detailed and up close with some of the items we're going to be going through. So I'll see you in just a moment. Now for the fun stuff. Okay, this is just a random pickup. I got a Pinata alcohol ink in Havana brown. I don't own any Pinata alcohol inks, so I picked up one just to try it out. And I think I have a brown, but I thought, hey, I have multiples of everything, but this might be one I'd use. So I just picked up one just to test it out. I also got some pastel boards, some art boards. Yeah, there's 3 steel gray, and I got some black. These are both 8x10s, nice art boards while I was there to try out. I've never used an art board. I've only got pastel paper. Oh, something new, fun. All right, I already talked about this guy. I got to put some stick pastels in. I'm going to probably have to cut these down. But the majority of my pastel sticks are Rembrandt. So I got a few greens today, just singles. Like I said, I use pan pastels for the majority of my paintings. However, there are times that I like some texture. You just can't get some of the textures with pan pastels, like for tree leaves and things. So I got a couple of green colors, good for highlights on trees. I also picked up a little kit here, muted colors. I thought some of these would be good for highlights. And a couple of these might be good for shadows and things. But yeah, the only time I really use the sticks is for highlights or to add some texture to something that I can't get from my pan pastel or a pencil. So I'm going to hurry up and chuck these in this box and add the ones I already have and show you what that looks like. Okay, so there's my nice little container filled with the few stick pastels I have. Again, I don't use these on a regular basis, just here and there. I also decided to pick up a 24 set of the Carbo chalk pastel pencils. Now, I do own quite a few singles already. These are the colors. I got a couple of them in like a sketch or palettefull packs. But as you can tell, there's just there's a white, there's a black, there's some neutral colors, some greens, browns, grays. These are the things I use to make my details with. If I can't pull it off with a pan pastel and some kind of tool, or I even use makeup brushes for those. But yeah, these are the ones that I've been using the most of. But I needed a few extra colors. It's always good to have a couple other extra colors on hand. So I just bit the bullet and decided to get the set of 24. And I know I'm going to get duplicates, but that's just how it goes. I didn't want to just pick out the ones I wanted because I really don't know what I'm going to need in the future. So I just decided to get a pack of it and call it a day. So let me open this up. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yes. Very nice. Those are beautiful, aren't they? Very vibrant colors. Yes, we have a variety of the greens I use a lot. I wanted the cream, but they were out of the single, so that's good. Some yellows, reds. Very vibrant colors. Let me take a peek real quick and see if I have any duplicates. Okay, well, upon further investigation, these are the only duplicates, one being a white, one being a black, and this is like a burnt umber, which I'm going to use. I got a couple of greens. So really, the duplicates I have, I use the most, so it's good to have two. And all of these are not in this pack, so that works out quite nice. I'm very excited about that. Okay, so here comes the fun part, guys. We're going to go through all the pastels I got, the pan pastels, and we're going to put them appropriately in the tray. Now, I know right off the bat that I might need another tray for these greens. We'll see. We'll see what I want to do with them. So I'll just kind of set a new row of green over here. Okay, so upon investigation, these are actually chromium oxide green. I don't have the actual the pigment, and I just have the green pigment, which I kind of filled in the gap. So there we go. First up, raw umber tint. And that will go right here. Bright yellow green. All right, well, we're going to need another one for these. Should have got another tray, huh? And this is just the pigment. Put that right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's off to the side over here. Dura-lar yellow shade. Okay, I don't have any of these either. This was shade, so that should go there. Next, bright yellow green shade. Okay, so this guy will be... I'm just gonna kind of make our own row there. So I'm running out of tray space. I got these trays from Amazon. They had them at the store. I just spaced it and didn't get any more. I don't know why. I should have known. Because I have quite a few pastels to put away. Okay, this is Dura-lar Yellow Extra Dark. I'm not going to take this off yet because I don't know what I'm going to be doing with some of these. So that goes up there. Yellow Ochre Shade. Okay, I do have a spot for this. Right there. Nice green color. Oh, bright yellow green, extra dark. Okay. Okay, this looks... Oh, crap. Do I have this one too? Payne's Gray Tint. I don't think I do. Guess I really didn't need that one. It is different than the rest, but still, I could have got by on what I had. Oh well. All right, here. Payne's Gray Extra Dark. I find Payne's Gray to be a very useful color. Okay, this one is Permanent Green Shade. I'll leave the cap on, but that goes up here. Yellow Ochre Extra Dark. I do have a spot for this. The last one up is the Raw Umber Shade. Okay, so I know I have a spot for this. I'm going to have to find homes for these two over here and all these over here. But yeah, there is my pan pastel collection. And there you have it, folks. All right, thank you so much for staying till the end. Let me know how you like pan pastels, or if there's anything I can tell you that I've learned. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, folks. Bye.